Take a look at these chickens. They are giving it loads. How are you doing? I'm Martin from Gardens for Life in Birdland Homestead. In this video I'm going to just show you our little dilemma with the weeds growing in the garden, especially the grasses, and it's just too much work to take care of those. Well, we could mulch them, but they're already grown on top of compost that we had left there from the year before. What we're going to do instead is we're going to use our secret weapon in the garden, and that's the chicken tractor. So we're going to move our chickens. You see them behind me here. We're going to move those and the electric fence over to here. Take a look at this. This is the grasses that they're going to tackle, and it's just not worth doing by hand. All this here. This is actually one of the borders that we didn't take care of when we made this garden back here about 2 years ago. So that has spread, as you can see, and we're just going to sacrifice the kale in this section here. It may come back after the chickens are moved on again, but unfortunately the worms will be sacrificed in this area. I'm going to go ahead and post this video on our homesteading channel, Birdland Homestead, but also on Gardens for Life as well, because it's a bit of gardening and chickens as well. Not that gardening isn't a part of homesteading, but just remember that a lot of these areas actually cross over into one another. At the end of the day, it's all about food production and sustainability and self-reliance, of course, and a little bit of self-sufficiency in the mix. And these chickens are happy and they are behaving as they should, and they also are getting a species appropriate diet as well. So let's get into it. So this was actually a semi-permanent location for them, and you can see they have actually done a great job. I have the electric fence turned off at the moment, but you can step on it like that too. But you can see here there's definitely no weeds growing here. We had the place covered in wood chips as well, so to keep them clean and to basically act as a carbon storage and store all the fertility of the chickens and turn it into compost. So here you can see this area here. They've really taken care of the grasses here very well. They have done a great job here. I couldn't have done it by hand. It would have taken me hours and hours by hand. And instead I just moved the fence, which took about half an hour. And they've taken care of it all. And the raspberries are still here. So the raspberries are unaffected by the chickens. And now we're going to move the fence so that they get access to that grass and all those weeds over there. Look at this willow tree here. Unfortunately didn't make it. Might as well take it down. Well, it has now become firewood or compost. Okay. So back here is the only bit of grass left, and I'm in a way a little bit proud that we have gotten rid of all the grass back here, because it used to look like this. And before that it also used to look like this, full of briars and thistles. So let me just show you here. So unfortunately we will be sacrificing some of the worms here. They will go digging for them in this garden bed here. But no matter, I think it's still worth the trade-off to get rid of all these weeds on time for the growing season. Just about, this is the middle of March now. I'd say we'll be, hopefully we'll get, hopefully the chicken, do you think the chickens will clear this area on time?
I hope so.
They might. I'd say it'll take them about maybe a week or two. Probably 2 to 3 weeks they'll be fine. Take a look at these chickens. They are giving it loads. Told you to go for the worms first. You looking for worms? Look at the technique. You scratch and then look down. Rooster, how many babies are you going to make now? You made about 4 babies in the last hour. That's okay. That's what he's here for, and also to protect the flock and to balance the hack order in the flock as well. Roosters are really important. That way we have way less infighting. She's afraid of the camera. Maybe I used to use a landing net for fishing, and they think that's what it is when they see a pole or a long stick. We're on to the kale now. Let me just have a look here. I'm going to put that fence up properly in a second. Just want to give you a quick view before it gets too dark to film. So I'm sure in about 15 minutes it's going to get dark. But look at the amount of weeds now. They're going to be busy now for a week now. They're very happy. They get to do chicken things. They're not like chickens in a factory. They're not like chickens in a factory now. These chickens actually get to have a species appropriate diet, which consists of not 100% grain, but also other things, such as insects and plants and kale and all different types of plants. These chickens are quite healthy. So I've been told by several visitors, and I'm sure they'll probably eat the comfrey when they are done with the worms and kale and the grass, but I'm sure they'll scratch up all of this, make my life so much easier. I can't wait to see it, and I'll show it to you in another update video in a few weeks time, maybe 2 weeks, let's say. We'll call it something similar to what this video is called, and we'll call it an update, so you know what to look for. Unfortunately, we are going to lose our worms here in this area. It's the price you pay for bringing in the predators, little Tyrannosaurus rexes. Apparently, they're the only surviving ancestor of the dinosaurs, and I'm not sure if that's a speculation by the scientists, but they're not supposed to speculate. They're supposed to be using science to prove that it's true, but you never know. Maybe we will find out that they're not actually related. Well, they are birds from China, from the jungle. We know that much, and they've been domesticated for how long? I think quail were domesticated for 8,000 years or something like that. Not too sure about chickens. It's getting cold out here now. It's getting dark also. So thanks for watching the video, and we will see you the next time. And I'm sure you'll probably be seeing us again before the update comes out for this section of the garden. What you chewing? What you chewing? That's a currant. That's a currant, Levi.